It's 6 in the morning and I'm running down the street and I feel this pain on my side. Feels like there's a knife in there. And I just start massaging it, but I can't get the pain to go away. And there's about 20 soldiers around me and I start falling back. I just can't manage the pain anymore. There's a sergeant up front that says, "Hey, get back up here." But I can't. My legs start to feel heavy and I start to walk. It hurt that bad. I couldn't manage running anymore. So after the run, I'm around with these other soldiers and I'm like, "Hey, how do you do it? How are you able to stay up there for 5 miles at that pace?" And they told me, "Hey man, if you're cramping like that, you probably need some potassium." You know what has potassium? Bananas. You need to get a bunch of bananas and eat them before the run. And I was like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So after work, I went to the store, got some bananas. I kept about 10 or 15 of them. Anytime I was about to run, I was gonna eat those bananas. Fast forward 2 or 3 days. I have a run coming up. So the night before, I eat the bananas and I'm feeling good about it. I know I'm not gonna cramp up, right? Because I'm giving my body that potassium. So I'm gonna be good. So I'm on the road running again. I'm doing fine. First mile, not a problem. 2 miles, no sweat. Third mile comes and I start to feel the pain again. It's back in my side, but not just that, my lungs are getting tight. My lungs are burning. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I slow down once again, get yelled at once again, and start walking, right? So embarrassing. I was in the Army for less than a year. After the run, I go back up next to the same group of guys and I'm like, "Hey, the bananas didn't work." And they're like, "Oh, are you stretching?" I'm like, "Of course I'm stretching." You know what your problem is, man? You probably need some water. You're not drinking enough. You're not hydrated. You need to drink some water. So I said, okay, I'm gonna stretch more. I'm gonna eat the bananas and I'm gonna drink a lot more water. So a couple days go by. I don't feel real good about it at this point. I don't think this is gonna be the trick. But it starts raining. Probably about 15 minutes before the run, the rain comes down, it's pouring. I even hear thunder. And I know with thunder and lightning, the Army's not gonna make me run. So I feel real good about that. I'm actually smiling in my room, knowing I'm not gonna have to run. Well, fast forward about 20, 30 minutes, I'm out there in the rain, in a thunderstorm for some reason, and I'm splashing around about 3-4 inches of water on the road, and I'm running again. This time, I don't have the side issues, but my skin is rubbing against each other. Maybe because it was wet. I don't know the main reason, but my skin, the friction's there. So I believe it's called chafing. It was an unpleasant experience. So I start walking once again in the rain. I only had about a mile left to finish. Get yelled at once again. This time, at the end of the run, an older soldier pulls me aside and he said, "Hey, listen. Are you trying to make this a career?" He asked me, "Do you know how to overcome your weakness in running? Because if you want to make the Army a career, if you want to stay for 20 years, you're going to have to do this all the time." And I said, "How?" He said, "You have to love it." I said, "Love it? How do I love it?" He said, "You run more, not just as a hobby, but as a lifestyle. Because if you do something really well, you end up loving it. So you have to improve and get better at running." So then the light bulb went off, right? When my friends went to parties, I ran. When my friends would go out to the bar to drink, I would be running. When they went to the movies, no matter what the movie was, I wanted to jump in, the butter popcorn, have a great time. I didn't do that. I ran. It was my birthday, I ran. It was Thanksgiving, well, it was a turkey run. So I started doing it over and over again to the point where people were looking at me and saying, "What is that guy doing? It's Saturday. It's our day off. Why are you out there running?" Not just running, but I had boots on. I had a rucksack on. I was running 4, 5, 6 miles and they couldn't figure it out. What's wrong with me? Was there something wrong with my head? I was trying to get better at what I was weak at. Fast forward 20 years or over 20 years, and I'm still running. Almost every single day I'm running. Just the other day I was out at the neighborhood, running around on my street right here. Neighbor comes, raises his hand. Older man, probably in his 70s. Take my earbud out and I'm like, "What's going on, sir? How can I help you?" He's like, "How do you do it?" I'm like, "Do what?" He's like, "I'm impressed. You're out here, it's 23 degrees and you're out here getting after it. How did you decide to run today?" And I said, it wasn't even a decision. I didn't even talk to myself. You know, some decisions you sit down, it's like you're negotiating with yourself. Like, should I do this? Maybe I shouldn't. Here are the pros, here are the cons. I didn't allow myself to have that negotiation. I just simply said, you're doing this, and when I woke up, it was not a question. I laced up my shoes and I got after it. If there is a component in your life that you need in order to be successful, to reach your goals, whatever it is, then you need to do it all the time. You need to make it a habit. So if you're horrible at interviewing, you need to interview more, a lot more. It doesn't have to be a legitimate interview. You can do mock interviews, practice interviews, whatever. If you're bad, if you're horrible at resumes, if you don't like it, do more of it. Keep writing resumes, write other people's resumes. And as you immerse yourself in that activity, you will gain proficiency doing the thing. Usually when you do things more than others, you usually become better than others. And if you're good at, let's say, basketball, if you're really good at basketball, you're probably gonna shy away from baseball or football. You're gonna wanna do basketball because that's what you're good at. And we love performing well. If you're great at chess, what do you think you wanna play? You think you wanna play checkers or Monopoly? No, you probably wanna play chess. Now, if you're watching this and you wanna get a better job, but maybe you don't want a government job, you would like to do defense contracting or work for a contractor. And if that interests you, I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.